Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Stink King Sports. I'm your host, Nicholas Stink King. Today we have my 2021 NBA Finals predictions. An entertaining postseason so far. It's been one of the most entertaining in recent memory. No super teams, no LeBron, and it's going to be a great finals. I'm excited. A lot of young talent in this finals. We've got Giannis finally pushing through this postseason. So let's go through what I think is going to be the key points towards this series, the key matchups, and who I think will overall come out on top. To start off, let's just say the Suns open as a minus 195 favorite, meaning you have to bet $195 to win 100. And I think the key points to watch for the series, number one is Giannis versus the Sun defense. Now, Giannis is a day-to-day player right now, coming off with a gruesome hyperextension. It's going to be interesting to see when he returns. He's going to be at that MVP level. Honestly, if he can be around 75 to 80%, I think he's going to be an effective player nonetheless. I mean, he's an absolute freak. Kudos to the nickname. Against the Suns this year, though, more specifically, Giannis has carved their defense. In 2 games, he scored 80 points with an above 68% true shooting percentage, which is absolutely amazing. And the Greek Freak has been a nightmare matchup for the Suns. And DeAndre Ayton. Ayton, as well as members like Crowder. Ayton, who's more specifically has found a swing throughout the playoffs, are going to have to step up and force kickouts to other members of the Milwaukee Bucks squad, which will lead me into my second point, which is I think the Bucks. It's the major part of the series is going to come down to whoever shoots the ball better behind the arc. The Bucks throughout the postseason only shot at 31% beyond the arc, while the Suns are above or are nearing 38%. That's a 7-tick difference. That's a huge difference. And with all the attention being on Giannis Antetokounmpo when he returns, if he returns for Game 1 tonight, I think that Middleton, Holiday, Tucker, and other members alike of the Milwaukee Bucks are going to have to prove themselves as shooters beyond the arc. With all the attention, in my opinion, going to be on Giannis, or many experts' opinions, going to have to be on Giannis, for he's the star player in this series, no doubt about it. The Suns, for the guys on the court, going to have to step up. They're going to have to step up. They're going to need to step up if they want a chance to win this series. They're going to need to shoot better. They're going to need to facilitate the ball, create open shots, run that pick and roll scheme. With Giannis likely being doubled on most possessions by the Suns defense, trying to limit all the impact he can possibly have. I imagine stars like Middleton and Holiday who are going to pay big bucks to step up during this series, or they need to step up if they want the opportunity to win. Next point, defense and rebounding for me. The Bucks defense is far superior to the Suns. That is no surprise. A far more physical squad. I expect the Bucks to look far more advanced in that area of the ball. The Bucks even went out disregarding picks and depth to get a guy like Jrue Holiday to match up against the best point guards in the league, like Chris Paul. And I expect the Suns to have difficulty working their way inside against people like Giannis and Lopez. The Bucks are a big team with Tucker, Middleton, Giannis, Lopez. They're not, the most talented players, but they can hold their own on the defensive side of the ball. I think that the Suns, though, will be able to cut through some of that defense with one of the best game generals of all time, and Chris Paul, who has been having an absolutely amazing postseason, absolutely clutching up against the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, he has been on an absolute tirade, and it has been awesome to see him elevate the talent of young stars like Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. The Bucks, their defense, it outlasted the Nets in 7, even though they were without Kyrie. It outlasted Trae Young's historic postseason, and it absolutely destroyed any hopes of Miami Heat of had of going back to the NBA Finals for back-to-back years. As well, this leads me to my final point, which would be that Chris Paul is the end-all, be-all for the Suns in this series. The game general, if he can perform, if he can stay healthy, if they can just send him to the line, the Bucks, can send Chris Paul to the line, the Suns are going to have a coast-to-coast easy lane to win this series. Chris Paul has been one of the greatest additions in recent by a general manager in recent history in the NBA. He has just completely elevated the Suns team to a far superior level, elevating from not even a playoff team last year to a now finals appearance, elevating the talents of Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Bridges. I mean, he has been absolutely phenomenal. He is playing at a career level, and I don't expect him to stop. If he gets locked down, Drew Holiday is going to have a tough matchup. If Holiday is able to limit Paul, the Bucks could take advantage fast. They can put some points on the board, make a huge swing in a game, in the series. But if Chris Paul is on, the Bucks are in for a long 4 games. My final conclusion, though, I think the series depends completely on Chris Paul and Antetokounmpo's leg. If Paul is able to play an adequate level, the Bucks will outlast the favored Suns. However, with potentially missing a game, with potentially missing game 1 and not being completely healthy, and with veteran leadership of Chris Paul, a clutch performer and elevator of teammates, I'm going to go with the bandwagon decision here. I'm going to go with the Suns in 7 games. Most are saying the series in 6, but I feel like the physical nature of the Bucks will push the distance, and Paul's overall outstanding talent will take control in Game 7. And guess who my MVP is? Chris Paul. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe, enjoy the series, like the video, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.